Episode 15, Legends and Dragons. Welcome back. Chance Burleson,
Jimmy Klaus.
We are broadcasting here at the Legends Lair here in Hurst, Texas. By the way, hi, Mom. I had to put that hi, Mom on there because I keep forgetting to say hi to my mother.
He does.
So Miriam was like, why don't you just put hi, Mom on the board so you can remember? I was like, yeah, I guess I could do that. Anyways, hi, Mom.
Did she tell you to put hi, Mom on the board?
She did.
Okay.
My mom or Miriam?
You.
Miriam told me to put it on there so I could.
Good for her. Miriam's a smart cookie.
Dude, she is, let me tell you, she is an absolute saint. Miriam, by the way, is my wife, and she puts up with so much of my nonsense.
I can't imagine being married to you. I can't.
So much of my, I mean, it is like the nonsense is, so we just came back from Destin, Florida yesterday. So Miriam sends a message out to her friend who lives out there in Florida, and they've known each other since high school. They group text and to do all this stuff. And Miriam was like, and Miriam said, hey, we're going to invite, or how would you like to have dinner with our friend Beth or our friend Beth? I said, yeah, absolutely. I said, how far does she live? Because we had zero plans. So we drove probably about an hour and a half around Pensacola, so I think maybe on the other side of Pensacola. And so Miriam says this to me, hey, listen, because we talked about this on episode 1 where you and I are cut from the same cloth. We can perform in front of people. We'll have meetings. After that, that's not where we get our energy. Yeah, exactly. We get out of there, right? And so Miriam knows that she says that I tricked her, by the way, when we got married, because Miriam is an extrovert. She feeds from others. That's where she gets her energy.
She thought you were.
She thought I was because she only saw me around people.
Sure.
Like you, like my friend.
Yeah.
So she thought that I was on all the time, just start joking and stuff. So when we moved down here, she was like, hey, let's go. I don't want to meet people. I'm like, no, I have enough friends. Like, I don't need friends. And then she goes, you tricked me. I was like, so anyway, I'll fast forward to meeting her friend in Destin. So Miriam was like, I need you to perform.
To not be you.
No, she goes, I need you to perform.
Okay, good.
I was like, what am I, like a circus monkey?
Yep.
Like you want me to perform for your friend? She goes, I just don't just sit there like you do. I was like, okay, I'll be your circus monkey. I'll perform. And so, yeah, I performed, I guess. And
dance monkey.
Absolutely. And that's what we do. Men, if you're listening, I challenge you to go into a public area and start making monkey noises. So you got some, and then listen to the response.
Yeah.
Do you have a little PTSD? Listen, guys, we're probably looking over the camera. We have a little PTSD right now with the movies. Different mics, by the way.
Yep.
If you have not noticed, our poor man's podcast is slowly starting to become.
We're lower middle class parts now.
We're starting to get up there, and so we may look into a different camera that way. Because right now, our microphones that we have set up here is all we're relying on a 9-volt battery.
Yes. And the rest of it is tied together with snot and chewing gum and duct tape.
And 40 plus years of regret and sour milk.
Yep.
Hey, like speaking of the battery, like the Matrix, like remember when they used the illustration as a
copper top. Yep.
That's what we're relying our life on.
I know.
Now.
And it's actually a Duracell 9-volt. Good.
Hey, so what are the questions that we got this week? And guys, we apologize for how short that this episode is going to be.
I don't,
because we had to fix last week. So why are you like? People love hearing us, Chance. I don't understand why.
I don't.
They want.
I don't understand.
So, is there anything that you do differently? And I know we probably brought this up a couple podcasts ago with your knee surgeries and whatnot. Anything you do differently between training and taking a break before you train again? Like, so for me, and I'll answer this, and you can piggyback on it, is when I'm training on the mats and when I'm training, of course, you know how hard that we're training, throwing punches and kicks and everything else. But if I need to take a break, I don't necessarily take a break. I'm still doing something. Like for me, I have the Fitbit. I've been hitting 10,000 steps plus since December 23rd of 2018. I've only missed 3 days for medical reasons. And so that is what I do. So I get 10,000 steps a day. I stay active. I don't just sit there and go, I do something, whether maybe some lightweight, for the arms, but I'm always training. Do you find yourself 7 days a week doing something like that? Like,
so the thing is, that is generally like when everything is clicking on all cylinders, I train 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Now,
but it's changed throughout the years.
yeah, of course it has. Generally, Saturdays are a day that I do not train. I still teach. I come up and work, and work with my students a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't lay in bed all day,
Right.
But so if there were a day, it would be Saturday that I don't do anything. But I do jujitsu on Sundays.
You do?
And then I'm either at the gym or I'm here hitting the bags or doing Muay Thai. I do Kali on Fridays. But that's in a perfect world.
Right.
So I should tell you, because I think in the interest of transparency, I really struggle with making myself do what I know I need to do to make me feel good. Like, I think we have this tendency to think that gym rats and people that train all the time always want to do it.
Right.
Like that they want to go to the gym and lift, that they want to hit the treadmill, that they want to go run 5 miles, or that they want, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I should be very clear. I don't ever want to. Ever. I never want to. Okay. I just don't want to feel the way it feels when I skip out on it.
Yes.
That's the thing. I don't want to work out.
Right.
But I want to feel the way it feels when I don't work out, even less. That feels worse.
I tell people all the time, I have yet to leave the mats
No,
feeling bad.
but I will always feel bad if I'm like, oh, I can't make it today.
Right.
When it was a lie. I could have, but I didn't. When I make up a BS excuse to not do it,
Right.
I really hate the way that feels,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So absolutely.
if you're struggling with creating the healthy habit and the discipline of taking care of your body, Jimmy, here's the thing. Us doing martial arts, the free subscription has run out.
Yeah.
What that means is that if we don't do maintenance work to keep our body put together,
Right.
we can't train in martial arts. We'll be hurt all the time.
Do you get regular chiropractic work or massage?
No, only when I'm, I get muscle work done from a medical massage person.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what has made all the difference for me is that ATG Online. The knees over toes guy, Ben Patrick.
Oh, yeah. I've seen
Okay,
that.
because I have 3 knee surgeries. And
Yeah.
so I do his program 3 times a week
Okay.
in part of my workout, because if I don't do that, my knees hurt.
Right. So I just had to change masseuses. Mine retired.
Oh, fantastic.
Miriam likes to say that I caused mine.
Well, of course, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Because so my masseuse used to say, and she was in her 60s, so she was going to retire anyway. But she always told me, like, Jimmy, I can't schedule anyone
After you. No.
Yeah. And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, I can't do it. I mean, because her hand,
Sure.
it's changed today. And guys, local, hit me up. This lady,
Great.
now she's in Hazlitt. So for me, it's about a 30-minute drive. Sure. Worth it. She 5 foot nothing.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as I shook her hands, and
Right.
I was like, this is going to be
Like a gorilla hand. Yeah.
it. And let me tell you, that song, it hurts so.
Yeah.
It hurts so
Yeah.
good. Who sings that?
Huh?
It hurts so good. Is that
That's John Cougar Mellencamp.
John? I said that I was like, did I say?
You didn't say anything.
Anyways, it hurts so good.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason in my brain, I forgot who was saying it, but I thought it was a chick.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. Yeah. So
Anyway, so she hurt so good, but she dug it. I mean, I'm telling you right now. And she did this. Of course, I'm a bum military vet guy, is a disabled vet. So my hip, she did this stretch to my, I mean, it hurt, but man, I'm feeling good.
She's in Hazlitt?
She's in Hazlitt.
I'm going to have to get her number.
I will absolutely give you.
You know what I just realized we are?
Old. Hold on. What is it? What did Raul call us? Old influencers? Old influencers?
Yeah. So I just realized what this is.
When is this?
And you're going to laugh.
Like our podcast?
Yeah.
Go on.
It's like a real life Wayne's World.
Man, I like, you know what I do? Yeah.
We're not doing anything.
No, we're just, man, and Wayne's World, let me tell you,
I loved Wayne's World.
Wayne's World was by far,
yes,
easily, in my opinion,
I mean,
top 10.
Obviously,
top 10.
they're funnier than us, but it's like it's like
I would argue that
it's like if real
because they have do retakes. We don't do retakes.
No, we don't. We don't.
So that makes
we're like Wayne's World and Beavis and Butthead. Mashed up.
We're
together.
We are like that. And the new generation has no idea who probably any of that.
Isn't it funny how everybody went to school with two people who look just like Beavis and Butthead?
Did you see that Saturday Night Live clip of the? Is that not so perfect? And then she just like, look, guys, it's so great. And anyway, this is kind of like our podcast.
Yeah.
Break out in song.
Yeah.
In music. Where was I going with it? Oh, anyways, yeah, I'll give you the number to the. Yeah, yes, she was absolutely phenomenal. Anyways, all to that back to the question is, I do some self-care. Oh, speaking of that, for Father's Day, Miriam bought me one of those ice baths, like the tub, the ice.
Oh no, I'm well aware.
So of course I haven't used it yet.
Of course not,
because we live in Texas.
Well, and it's terrible.
No, I'm not worried about how cold it's going to be.
Have you done it?
I've done something like that before. So in Virginia, we used to do in Scouts, and just even now, I don't know if the water was like 50 degrees. It could have been 50 degrees, but man, that water was ice cold. And I hate ice cold. Like I hate it. Like, hey, I would rather do anything, but once you kind of get settled in there in your body, I mean, yeah. But anyways, all that to say, I haven't set it up yet because I had to put it in my backyard. And I don't know if you've ever been cremated before.
Yep.
But that's what this Texas heat is.
I know.
And so as soon as I put out that tub, start filling it up, it's a sauna. Like, there's nothing ice about it.
I have been cremated.
Have you?
Yep.
Tell me about it.
It got better.
Was it hot at first? Like, was it hot
at first?
So I know this is, let's talk about one of the biggest scams.
Okay.
Funerals.
Yeah.
Like,
huge.
Like, okay, so I've had to bury my old man, had to bury my grandfather, grandmother, and whatever, and been to funerals. And it costs, what does it cost? Like 10, 20, 30 grand just to have a funeral. Mm-hmm. So guys, I'm sorry, young ones, we're talking about death here, so you guys can tune out for a few minutes. But I told Miriam, we were talking about this. I said, man, we got to update our will. I said, I got to update the will because I have to update it because because Talon's not in it. So Talon asked Journey, like, hey, if something happened to mom and dad, we're in the car. Something happened to mom and dad.
Right.
Would you give me half? Journey goes, no, you're not in the will.
No.
And then and of course we all laughed, but man, there's a lot of, get your will done, change your beneficiaries there, people who are out in the business land, make sure everything is up to snuff. But anyway, Miriam said she was going to have me cremated and she was going to have me in a jar right there. She goes, all right, kids, let's go. We got dad. We're going to the store. We're going to the store. Like Miriam just said, she's going to bring me. I was like, you're just going to carry me around? She goes, yeah, we're just going to carry you.
Dad's cremated and still right there.
Yeah. And so Miriam said she was even going to put like a little necklace.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You're going to put like a big gold coin, like a mafia. Yeah.
But here's the thing that I think about funerals and the scale is like, why I don't need a luxury coffin. Like, stop upselling people on the, hey, if you own a funeral home and you're listening to us right now,
shame on you.
Yeah, stop upselling the family for caskets, or saying, oh, grandpa would have liked this, and then upsell again, and then, oh, you need to, why does it, Why does it cost so much to die?
Have you seen the one where you can have your loved one put an epoxy as a coffee table, and they're all just sitting around and like grandma's just like and she,
this comedian Tim Hawkins, it was so funny. He said he goes when he has an open coffin, he wants a bowl of candy on it. On his chest, so you just come around and you're all sad. You're like, oh, Werther's. And you pop a Werther's. That's what I want.
Do you know who Nick Swardson is? Is a comedian.
I think so.
Grandma's Boy.
Yes,
he was in Blades of Glory.
Yes,
and he talked about. He goes, I'm saving up for my funeral because I want to. He's like, I want to hire like a B-list celebrity.
Okay.
You know,
yeah,
like to come and just sit in the back at my funeral. Like John Stamos.
Okay,
you know, and people will be so. That John Stamos,
just start questioning.
Or Daniel Tosh, he said, "I want to have my head stuffed,
okay,
like embalmed,
yeah,
you know, or and like a taxidermy,
yeah,
right? And then what's going to happen is that everybody's going to throw my head around, and when you catch it, you have to say something about me.
Oh, okay,
yeah." Yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh, that's so.
Or have the body like on wires.
Yeah,
and then as they're like, and then just swing it out, and then like rave lights start playing. Like,
oh yeah, get me involved. Yeah, I want you. I want you to.
Oh yeah,
like a puppet. So like, oh my God, Dad dances better when he's dead than he's alive.
Be like Weekend at Bernie's.
I want. Yeah, get me involved. I want it involved.
Yeah.
But there was this other one that I saw. Speaking of taxidermy, like they had embalmed like grandma, and she is sitting in a rocking chair, like on the stage, like that.
You know, it'd be cool to have me stuffed, but like make me look like, but like literally stuff.
Yeah.
And like puff up my muscles and like
oh, you know, I just started
and then but dress me like Conan. You know, and have me on it like with my sword.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I want a Viking funeral. I want you to push me out and just shoot the arrow and then just because you know.
In all seriousness, I do have the way that I want to be dealt with.
Okay, go on.
It's not legal, so I don't think people could pull it off publicly.
Okay, go on.
But
the audience wants to know.
Believe it or not, this isn't a joke. This is legitimately what I want. I'm going on record. This is what I want to be done with my remains at the moment of my passing.
Okay.
Okay. Immediately freeze me.
Okay.
Immediately freeze me.
Okay.
That I don't want to go back. I don't want to spoil. Okay.
Okay.
Freeze me immediately and keep me frozen.
Yeah.
Until there's a drought near the winter somewhere where wildlife are starving. Okay? Like a drought in the savannah of Africa or something like that, where baby lions are going to starve because there's not enough game. There's just not enough game. Okay?
Okay.
Thaw me out. Just drop me right there.
So you want to be airdropped into the jungle,
right?
To feed
food. It's the circle of life, Simba.
Yeah, but wouldn't it suck though that you're right now thinking like, oh man, a baby cubs, baby lions, and what happens is that you get dropped and then you're just wild hogs or some other animal that pigs. I do too, but they taste so good.
You could be a big pig, yeah.
Big pig, yeah?
Yep.
Did you ever see that one that was going on YouTube where the pig's name was Crisp P? I respected that name of the pig. It was like one of these little. Anyways, I don't even know how we got off on this topic.
I don't know. I blame you.
Yeah, you should blame me. Hey, so priorities. So when you're training for a tournament or a big belt test, does your priorities change when you start training harder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Like, so when I was going, I think when I was probably 2 belt levels or belt before my black belt test, and like you guys have black belt test schedule. Like, you know, like, hey, black belt tests in April, right? And then in October?
April and October
every year. So when Master Valdez, had the date of our black belt test, like it was like months and months and months out. Yeah, my priorities absolutely changed. I hit the mats like 7 days a week for months. And I got my cardio up. I started just really hitting it harder, knowing for our school, for when you get red belt tests, we go through the gauntlet. And then I think in jiu-jitsu, they call it like the Shark Tank or something of that nature. So what happens is Valdez will get like 7 to 10 fighters lined up on the line, and I'm in the middle, and they get to cycle in and out. I do not get to cycle.
It's your Shark Tank, yeah.
Right. So the purpose is not to win, it's to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get that at red belt, but then it comes back around at black belt. So you don't do it again. And so my priorities started changing. I say probably with work. I told Miriam, I'm like, listen, I got to get ready for the black belt test. And she knew. She was very supportive in it as well. So she knew that a lot of my time was just on the mats to train. It's a lot of self-care. I know we talked about the ice baths, which I didn't do, but I did some other stuff for self-care. But yeah, I think priorities absolutely changed. And I know it's been a while since you've gone through a test.
19.
Well, no, 2019, right? Was it 19?
December of 2019. Were you there?
No, I remember when you were testing, no, and I don't remember why. I don't know if I was in town or not. But anyways,
well, Valdez was there. You can ask him.
Right.
Wait, he didn't see it.
Yeah, we're so bad. He didn't even listen to this. He's going to absolutely kick my butt for laughing at that joke. My kids say the same thing. Like, he didn't see it, Dad. I'm like, God, I can't. Anyways,
I told you about my third wife.
What?
So she used to come to the tournaments with us all the time. And I had to tell her, say, listen, we're going to have marriage problems if you make this joke. You can't make this joke. Like, and honey, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's very funny. What you want to say is very funny, but you can't say it. You can't.
Yeah.
And you could just see the veins in her forehead throbbing.
Yeah.
Because she wanted so bad when he was judging, back when he judged, to go, come on, ref, what are you, blind? She wanted so bad to say that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, no one's arguing about the comedic value of this.
Yeah.
It's very funny. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably would at some point thought it was very funny.
Oh, yeah. He probably still would.
But you can't do that. It's a karate tournament.
Let me tell you something about Valdez, and I'll let you answer about your priorities and how they changed when you were about to test. But so I'm helping Master Valdez, and he goes, Jimmy, what time is the next class? And I was like, Master Valdez, I don't have it memorized because he changes it up. I was like, he goes, well, what does it say right there? And he had it. I'm like, I don't know. I said, I gotta go get my glasses. And he said, he goes, Jimmy, you are more blind than me. And I was like, I didn't know how to take it. I'm like, I'm not blind. I just can't see without my glasses. We got folks trying to get in here. That's even more amazing. But anyways, but Valdez is so funny though. And then like when he has this drill, he'll get like one of those soft like rubber balls or whatever, and he'll kick it or something of that. And then the kids, forgetting that he's blind, will throw it at him.
Right.
And I'm like, guys,
right.
Because you forget that he's
totally
forget he's blind.
I want to do something.
What priorities changed when you started testing for?
Well, I'm very tunnel visioned when it comes to anything important to me. So, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But we've talked about balance.
Yeah.
In the past, and that's balance.
Yeah.
For me, that's balance. Balance is when something is taking precedent, I put all my time and energy into it.
Right.
And then if I'm neglecting something, which I'm sure I am, I'll get to it when it's over.
Right.
And then I'll balance back out and I'll level out. And people that are in my life that have been in my life for a long time, they accept that about me.
Yeah.
So I've had potential friends and relationships that didn't last because they were high maintenance people. And what I mean by that is I've had a couple of guys that were going to be good friends of mine.
Yeah.
You know, but they were real neurotic and needy, like a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And if I didn't like check on them, and if I didn't like text them first, like a lot, they would get their feelings hurt.
Right.
And I apologized and said, I know, I understand some people really need that.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of friend. I'm just not. I'm not that kind of friend.
Yeah.
It's especially hard to be friends with somebody like me when they have a big event that they have to prep for and plan for.
Right.
Because no, I'm not going to be, oh, no, how are you doing, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I've got this big colossal thing going on, but let's talk about your feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that are close to me accept that I'm unavailable until after this date.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, it does. And that's funny you say that because Miriam and I were talking about this on our trip about the relationships. In my opinion, I can only speak from the guy's point of view, is that the relationship between guy and girls totally different.
Completely.
Because I will absolutely joke you to your face. In public. I will put you out. It's just,
as you should. To me, it's funny.
So
it's just saying.
It's so, to me, it's funny. Like,
it is.
I will joke you. I will insult you.
Yeah.
And normally that's the litmus test for me, like for friendships, right? Like usually,
can we hack at each other a bit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing about, and what I told Miriam, I'm like, but the thing about guys is like, don't you ever talk about Chance Burleson.
Oh, good. Somebody else can't.
Somebody, I will absolutely like, or Mikey Rodriguez.
Yeah, no.
Or Nash Valdez. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, I can say that.
Right.
You know, there's absolutely, you're not going to say that about my bud, stand-up guy. Just like, no, you're not going to say.
You know why we're like that?
But girls, did you tell the girls like that though? Dude, if you joke a girl like we joke to each other, like they'll crumble.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Nikki and I have the exact same kind of relationship you and I do.
Yeah.
Like we just hack at each other all the time.
Yeah.
But the reason why I think that is the way it is for us is because it is chicken. Cowardly. Okay. It's cowardly to say something about you without you in the room.
Yes.
Whether I'm joking or not.
Right.
Whether I'm joking or not, if you're not there, I'm being a coward.
Right.
Okay. If I'm talking to your face, here's the thing, whether I'm joking or not, I might be saying, hey, listen, Jimmy, there's this thing. I really don't like it about you. It bothers me.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I need to tell you.
Right. Yeah.
I don't need to go tell Mikey that thing that I don't like about you.
Right.
So whether we're joking or whether we're serious,
right,
there's a concept, Jimmy, called loyalty to those not present.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And loyalty to those not present is the antidote for gossiping.
Yeah.
You know? And what I really, really hate, do you know who Angela Johnson is, that comedian?
Yes.
Yes. The Hispanic comedian from LA. She's like, oh, honey, sit down. What I do for you. Yeah. So you like long or short nail, you know?
Yeah.
So funny. But she talks about hiding gossiping and prayer requests.
Oh, yes.
She's like, hey, everybody just gather around.
Yes.
So let's talk about, I want to pray for Barbara.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you know this, but she is pregnant. You know what I mean? And the thing is so often we mask this like I'm just concerned about here.
Right.
When really you just want to talk.
Exactly, man.
You just want to talk crap.
Yeah.
You know? And so have a pair of courage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And say, if you're really worried about Jimmy, you know who you should talk to?
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yep.
And so, I think that's really, really important.
Yeah, because if a guy can't, if I throw an insult or if I joke, that's kind of like how I throw it out there. And if they come back with something just as good or even better, I'm like, I like that.
Or at least die laughing because it's funny.
Yeah.
Like people who know me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm comedic gold.
Yeah.
Like my life story.
Yeah.
Is Now, a lot of it wasn't funny at the time.
Sure, yeah. You might happen then.
But in hindsight, oh my gosh, this is gold.
I told Miriam, I was like, hey, babe, I'm like Chance mentioned that he was going to write a marriage book. I said, what do you think? She goes, she didn't have the words for it. I was like, before you, I said, I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I think he absolutely should.
She goes, all you have to do is do the opposite of everything that I've done.
Oh, man.
And your odds are so good. Gosh, your odds are so good.
But listen, to be fair, though, a lot of that. So I was married before. Miriam was married before. Young.
Yeah.
And going through all of that turmoil and the divorce and stuff actually made me a better husband.
Of course it did. Of course. So learn anything.
Right. I'm just saying, guys, learn to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Learn to laugh at yourself. Get your wills done. Change your beneficiaries. Listen,
and change your underwear was very important.
Listen, if you want to, it's up to you. Just don't come spar.
Right.
Don't come spar. But hey, guys, we appreciate you guys. Episode 15. I know that we were going to have Greg Hamilton on today. He had some family business to take care of. So we'll catch him up on our next one. Yeah, well, I think
who do we have next? We have Wheeler next.
We got Wheeler. That's going to be
You're going to love that.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, we appreciate you guys. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. We'll get these out. Like I said, we're going to look at some other platforms as well. Our Poor Man's Podcast has now become the middle class podcast, and so we're starting to go up in the world. And guys, we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week, 4th of July, with Stephen Wheeler.
Yep.
Adios.